If I asked you to hold this glass for a minute, it'd be easy, right? But what if I told you to hold it for an hour? A day? A week? The longer you hold it, the heavier it gets. That's exactly what happens in a situation. At first, it feels light and effortless, but over time, the weight of uncertainty, unmet expectations, and emotional instability can become unbearable. Let's talk about the hidden trauma of being in a situationship and why it's affecting your mental health more than you realize. A situationship is an undefined, casual relationship with no clear commitment. It exists in a gray area, somewhere between a friendship and a relationship. Many people enter situationships hoping that it will naturally evolve into something more. But what happens when it doesn't? I want to talk about the psychological toll of situationships. It's an emotional roller coaster. You feel anxious, confused, and insecure because there are no clear expectations. One moment they seem deeply interested, and the next they are distant. And your brain constantly tries to solve the relationship, which creates traumatic stress. If you have an anxious attachment style, you may crave reassurance but rarely receive it. And if you have an avoidant attachment style, you may feel comfortable in the lack of labels, but you'll struggle with deep intimacy. Every moment of uncertainty reinforces past wounds, making you feel unworthy of any real commitment. They give you just enough attention to keep you around, but never enough to fully commit to you. And your brain releases the dopamine when you get a message or a call, making you addicted to their inconsistent behavior. And this creates an unhealthy cycle where you tolerate less than you deserve. I once worked with a client, Colleen, who was caught in a 2-year situationship. She constantly asked, "Where's this going?" But she never got a clear answer. She adjusted her expectations and made excuses for him and convinced herself that she was okay with the no label dynamic. But deep down, she wasn't. Over time, she felt more anxious, more insecure, and eventually started questioning her own worth. Once she broke free, she realized how much of herself she had lost trying to prove that she was chilled about something that she deeply wanted to be real. And I've been there too when I was much younger. I once told myself that not having clarity was exciting and that maybe I was the problem for wanting more. But the truth is, love isn't supposed to feel like a guessing game. If you have to wonder where you stand, you're probably standing alone. But here's how you can break free and heal yourself. First of all, recognize the patterns. Are you always waiting for them to text first? Or do you feel like you're constantly trying to prove your worth? Have you lowered your standards just to keep them around? Think about this. And then also set boundaries. Communicate your needs clearly and say, "I need clarity on where this is going." If they can't give you that, then walk away with your dignity intact. But heal your attachment wounds as well. So work on building your self-worth outside of relationships. Therapy, self-reflection, and even journaling can help you to identify why you tolerate such uncertainty. And shift your mindset. Someone who truly values you won't leave you in emotional limbo. A situationship is not better than nothing. It's draining you emotionally, and you deserve better. When I put the glass down, the weight disappears instantly. The same thing happens when you walk away from a situationship that's been draining you. Love should feel secure, not like a never-ending question mark. If this resonated with you, please drop a heart in the comments and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, your worth isn't up for debate. If you're struggling with this, join my community, Get Up and Grow, where we talk about breaking unhealthy patterns and stepping into real, fulfilling love.